Goldstone said in a new interview that it makes sense to me the story might have its origins in an episode recounted in the book Russian Roulette, by this reporter and David Korn, a party at a raunchy Las Vegas nightclub called The Act in June 2013. Trump, Goldstone, and his client, the Russian pop singer Emin Agalarov, the son of a prominent Russian businessman close to President Putin, were among those at the club on the evening of June 15, 2013. Among those weird things, as first reported in Russian Roulette, were regular skits involving simulated urination, colloquially called golden showers. One, called Hot for Teacher, featured scantily clad dancers posing as college students simulating urinating on their professor. Goldstone, the author of a new memoir, titled Pop Stars, Pageants and Presidents, said he could not remember whether the Hot for Teacher act or any similar skit was performed the night he and Agalarov were there with Trump at the club. But he said both he and Agalarov had in fact seen the urination act at a sister club to the act in London called The Box, and possibly on another occasion at another box club in New York. The Act and The Box were both owned by nightclub impresario Simon Hammerstein. The Act, however, was closed in late 2013 after a Nevada judge found that its performances were lewd and offensive and violated state anti-obscenity laws. The idea that Trump might have been in the audience for the urination act in Las Vegas has been suggested as a possible inspiration for the event Steele described. Alternatively, Steele's sources might have just heard about the Las Vegas show, or the one seen by Agalarov and Goldstone in London. The claims in Steele's dossier are disputed, and there has been no corroboration of the golden showers story. Goldstone and Agalarov accompanied Trump for much for the time he was in Moscow. Goldstone thinks the second explanation that the stories got mixed up in the telling is the likely one. Goldstone gave a number of reasons for discounting Steele's account. He had personally booked Trump's room at the Carlton, switching it just 2 days before his arrival from the Intercontinental Hotel. Goldstone had stayed at the Carlton himself and was friends with people at the hotel and never heard anything at the time about Trump cavorting with prostitutes there. Is this something that Emin would have been into? Goldstone was asked. People peeing on each other, he replied. Well, I mean, again, I'm not usually in Emin's bedroom during the night, but I mean, I don't know is the answer. I'd hate to say no and then have him hear this and say to somebody, actually, I have a PhD in it. I mean, I don't know. But the point is, I just believe, again, I go back to human nature, that somebody somewhere. People sell stories. Goldstone's comments are ultimately inconclusive. The fact that he and Agalarov saw a urination performance similar to the one described in the Steele dossier does not prove there is a connection. But his comments add one more layer of intrigue to what became the most sensational allegation about Trump's Russia connections, less because of its salaciousness than the implication that the Kremlin might be in a position to blackmail the American president, a still unproven claim that more than a year and a half after it first surfaced remains a subject of continued speculation and debate. More skullduggery from News Pulse News.